In the name of JEHOVAH ALLAH, most gracious, most merciful. The Method of the Charlatans, Volume 7. Those cures or those cures. Device number 1. How dark is. Into the darkness, out of the light. No, not a curse, a blessing tonight. Clear separation distinguished between. Word of God spoken, divided aright. Prayer of the prophets, sight of the seen. White of the garment, black of the blight. Luminant dwelling calls you to scream. The faithful of Allah Yahweh are redeemed. Device number 2. Dose cures or dose cures. Shoot your foot, eat your boot, shod your mutt, meet your poop. Tick his talk, taken two, token toll, a broken booth. Signal smoking, Rochambeau, casting lots for who gets who. Crown of crazy, thorns of truth, starving lazy, missing tooth. Extra excrement excuse, too much soul to waste a truce. Double anchor, sickle sleuth, bullshit spittle, swapping spew. Device number 3. Receipt of customs. Back in the car, your driver sets off. You count all your bags, not one of them lost. Oncoming charlatans sound off a beep. You pay it no mind as you read your receipt. An item not listed, a product not seen. It's there in the bag though, just minus the fee. The good heart inside you says that you must, but hasn't thought through to the permanent cost. It says that you must go and secure your trust, but the cashier just may then be scolded by the boss. They may lose their job for this itemless slip, default on their mortgage, lose both their kids. Seen by the Most High, this blessed oversight is a gift to pay forward, not a wrong to make right. Device number 4. It's mine, I swear. You're walking through town, your day has begun. The sun is so bright you can't help looking down. You're hungry and thirsty and looking for fun. You know Jah has sent it, but still look around. Lo and behold, it's money you found. A twinkling 20 right there on the ground. What if it's dropped by a jogger on run? Would taking it be what you want unto done? If you knocked on the door that's nearest the treasure, they'd thank you and later on say that you're dumb. They lie to your face and do so with pleasure. So thank God Most is High for bounty without measure. Device number 5. Does cures or does curse. The lily of the valley, the rose of Sharon, the kindler, gentler machine gun clone. The able replacement for comforting mom. Who comforts the man when mom's the one gone? Who's sent to love you? Who's sent to hold? Who can you cherish when more love is grown? Who's meet to help you? How can you heal? Sons of the gun need their mother back too. Rib for removing, flesh stitch resealed. The help of God, double-edged curse of Yeshu. Device number 6. The virtue of roots. An eagle sitting on peyote cactus, tripping face and skipping practice. The serpent lizard that it snatches is on a window pane of acid. Eucalyptus leaf and hashish, acetaminophen that splashes. Psychedelic fish brain fast, burning bushes, sandal latches. Coming down but never crashes, coca leaf quid, pipe tobaccos. We don't destroy new wine. The fact is, there may be blessings trapped inside this. The root, the leaves, the buds, the cap stems, they're all kept safe. A proper stash, kids. Device number 7. Naranja Oranos. Rotting apple, withered vine, secret suitor, soot and pine. Maple forest, ancient mine, clear new fallout, orange sky. Tapus heaven pumped and primed, evening nightly, news and time. Friendly greeting, sweet goodbye, say it slowly, then rewind. Say it faster, forward-facing, Naranja Oranos. Amazing. Device number 8. Devour. Swami Khan and Kami swine, deified and called divine. You want to eat? What's yours is mine. 7 corns and 7 kine. 7 meager, 7 gaunt, disheveled tweakers on the haunt. 7 fed and 7 fat, dead inside, no use for that. Glutted, greedy, waste of soil, rotten, covetous, and spoiled. Eerie, hungry, hair on cheek, no gained weight from what they eat. Charlatans who can't be cured, before they die store wealth and hoard. Unwittingly they gather for the thin, the weak, believing poor. Device number 9. A head above. 40 years darkness and 40 years death. No one here hearkens to what the Lord saith. Phony ones talking, cause of your mess, so catastrophic nothing gets left. Breaker box baffled, sickle cell pest, threshing floor garment, mildew, mold, sweat. Cellular apartment, charlatan tent, system failures often also function as a test. Ancient mastic coffin, ashen earthware half set. Strip and make them all spin to honor all your guests. Proceed with all due caution as advised by the text. Bathe and rinse and toss in cumin, lettuce, jest. Device number 10. Storm system. It's building momentum at pace. The eye of the storm, the end of the race. The prize and the title, the medal, the purse, all of the profits shaved. Deserts to swallow waves. The wilderness barren feeds children for days. The most portal plot forfeit its last shot. The camera can't see through the trees. The meek and the lowly are raised. The haughty and smug abased. Device 11. Steps unto mine altar. You like meeting people, you do, especially someone that's new. You typically like them, it's true, but then realize that they aren't for you. The thought of this fact makes you blue, a negative feeling type brew. So rather than face it on a daily basis, you choose to just sit home and stew. You think about who you would screw if the world would just let you drive through. But your charlatan counsel just sold you an ounce-full of therapy steps 1 and 2. The second you realized they're washing your brain, but stayed, recovery packed up and flew. Device number 12. The fear of Isaac. An army unarmed, unafraid of the harm, still aren't to be dismissed. The calm of the storm, ever charming and warm, calling the martyrs to bliss. Running amuck, one among us must look at the messes that many resist. Most were forsook for a prospect that shook like a house of cards built on the cliffs. The torrents were sent and would not relent, the landslides of 52 picks, derision and mockery mixed. Device number 13. Cometh of evil. Mystery matchmakers taking their turns, they don't go to school, but the charlatan learns. Toys in the toy box, sand in the pit, the oil that burns you is used to confirm. Hand on the lampstand, perpetually lit, the stars that you shoot for, all shot to shit. Chiefly commanders abandoning terms, stammering drunkards, staggering words, whether greed, envy, jealousy, or misinformed kicks. Hand on a book that forbids swearing lips. She vows with an oath, but lying is heard, mastering malice, ascended state germs. Device number 14. Incorrigible dirigible. Inflating the ego, pumping the pride. See incognito, hear what you hide. Clandestine destiny, wearing a mask, blowing the smoke up your fig-covered ass. Passing the buck while they're gassing you up, they claim it's not their fault you're haughty and puffed. The charlatans further encourage big heads by saying you shouldn't discourage the kids. Beautiful cedar up over the hedge, oh how art thou fallen, pneumatic prince. Peak at the pinnacle, propped up pretends, dirigible atmosphere, leaky seal rends. Device number 15. Lost heads. What your ear is hearing whispered, declare on the roof. Heads will be severed, you don't need the proof. 15 delivered, figurative sense, literally taken, delays the suspense. Do not try to mimic, do not read too deep, the whispering slinker disturbing your sleep. Raised in submission, debased at your peak, unfortunate fountain for feeding a creek. Wait for Jehovah, statesman affair, the charlatan tells you to clear country air. Device number 16. Vain repetitions. The plot is glossed over, it isn't complex. They prefer that the predicate precede the subject. The plan is explained and an action deployed, but the charlatan writer reiterates text. The tale has been woven, a yarn has been spun. Most folks like reading books one and then done. So just to make sure that your programming sticks, the needle stays loaded, it never gets plunged. They say that it stings you, the stinger has stung, the same type to-do list repeated in scripts. Their talk of syringes won't get to the point, vain repetitions, grammatical ploy. Device number 17. Inflated demand. Whatever they're selling does not catch the eye. Off shelves it's not flying, despite it's placed high. To offload the product and build up the brands, the charlatans tell you to buy all you can. They won't satisfy every buyer's desire. There's not enough left, they've drained the supplier. They limit you to what you can fit in your van, but only allow you a piece in each hand. Never mind if it's rotting, never mind if it's bland, you still have to have one. That's everyone's plan. Commodity heated so hot you could tan, smoke in your brown eye, inflated demands. Device number 18. Any unclean thing. Determined to learn if the vermin have grown, you come from your castle, you cast down your throne. More of a hassle than you could have known, you don't clean the platter, there's meat on the bone. They're breeding, they're crawling, they're chewing through cords, the charlatan tells you to leave them alone. It isn't the work of a merciful lord to poison the pestilent, slaughter the horde. Bask in their feces, seethe in fur shed, pillow of afterbirth cushions your head. Urine-soaked mattresses swim in your bed, living the nightmare, smelling what's dead. For all of the mercy you've graciously shown, non-condemnation condemning your home. Device number 19. Calendar model. The years that the locust ate, you pray for them back. A kangaroo's herpy joke, Joey Jump Jack. The calendar feeds you its falsified facts. It bleeds you of mercy, it smokes all your crack. It leaves when it's gone without even a thanks, relentless and fiendish, its gratitude lacks. You try to save daylight by walking the planks, but scurvy has taken teeth, lips have been chapped. Make hay while the sun shines, the months can go fast. A day has gone missing. Recapture time lapsed. Device number 20. For a memorial. They want your life story, they can't get enough, but fault you when language used seems a bit rough. Your stuff is shit to them, their shit is stuff. You've had it with charlatans, enough is enough. Off from the bone, but the chew is still tough. Meat tenderizer, marshmallow fluff. Scarf up a sleeve and a link in the cuff. Draft in the houses, cold and unloved. Wolf at the doorsteps, chemicals huffed. Raped for your memories, killed for your tusks. Device number 21. Done did it again. The crown skipped town and can't be found, but only when looked for by you. Mask the sound, submerged and drowned, the meaning of Tuesday too. Ash to ash, pound for pound, nothing that he can't do. Tit for tat, a ruptured casket, the task abrupt concludes. Fist of magic, eclipse and basket, roll up flying through country towns and city lounges, something in the stew. Natural uses, poisoned juices, formulaic hue, baby birds, impressive artwork, weeping at the view. Bless us, heal us, bathe us, meal us, teach us how to use. Work your work betime, so strange that all the pain concludes. Device number 22. Knock twice and ring. Used as a hammer, but not itself wrought. Cast out your precious seed, mourn for your thought. Walk like a centipede released after caught. Locked up a blessed key, kite strung out not. Blown on by liberty, crack in the floss, surging and coursing and quaking the blocks. Square root of heresy, rubber doorstop, Shiatan blessing, redundancy plot. Device number 23. Trimestery. If you don't give credit to whom credit's due, the one that it's owed to won't credit you. Diced into cubits, thrown in the stew, storm of the lukewarm, out it will spew. Filthy, abominable, phenomenal view, always misleading, still misconstrued. Striped for a beating, bare birthday nude, bended knee pleading for meaningless crude. Slime-pitted servant, blinded by fumes, one for the choosing, grimy and groomed. Pillar of smoke for the fiery plumed, pill-popping pregnancy, post-mortem prude. Device number 24. Hope of the hoopoe. Many have come and many have called. Some have hypothesized a cabal. A few of us make it to keep to our word. The charlatans tell you, deflect and defer. Change quick the subject, alter the topic. Tell the ones speaking that they sound absurd. Suggest to those listening that promises made were hollow and empty, the name took in vain. Act like your ears temporarily stopped. Words they spoke fizzled like soda when popped. Tell them that they must have truly misheard, despite clear affirmations back when it occurred. Make them to doubt their own recollection, a memory problem that cannot be cured. The lies of infection, the falsehood of error, truth from the ashes, but where is the bird? Final device. Overdose. Cry for the helper, atone for the pain. Free independence, take what you can. Light conquers darkness, Yule log is bright, lit by the kindle, wax moon at night. Keep from the vineyards, clean but unkempt, harassing prospect, projecting your death. Course of Abijah, rotating shift, heavenly goddess-like crown on her heads. Chasing the dragon, played in reverse, last of the ladies, first in the hearse. Nourished and sheltered and hidden from ills, bask in the casket, flask in the purse. Lily-eyed dreams turn to nightmares and chills, fear of the thirst, 'cause you have no preserves. Significations all point to the worst, charlatan overdose, dynamite curse. Conclusion. The RX superscription. What a horrible hell, caught in the current of reality, insecure in the nature of your own existence, and unable to tell if you are separate from it or an integral part. You may ask yourself at some point, am I the only thing real, myself and what I've known until now, these inexplicable phenomenon and strange occurrences the illusion? Or is it in fact myself that is maybe dead, or the phony figment intruder, the peeping Tom to a level of reality and existence I am not a native part of? The rich man could see Lazarus, hear his joyful laughter and discourse as he rests happily with Abraham in the bosom of the Father. We too, whether because of natural ability, trauma, both physical and emotional, countless hours of prayer or meditation, drug use, or the cruelty of our executioner's jest, hear the laughter. We see strange coincidence unparalleled in nature, perceive the soft and audible whisper of our name. speeches we've made in times past, and events thought forgotten, reenacted and recounted by perfect strangers before our very eyes. We become astonished, confused, ashamed and saddened, then confounded once more before the fires of rage burn within us. We beg Abraham for just a single drop of life-giving water, one morsel of knowledge to quench our thirst, to no avail. The most we get are more shenanigans furthering the fury our unsatisfied curiosity foments. Finally, we remember those curious as we, thirsty for love, hungry for life, needful of being noticed. We, in our famished state, forget the adage, misery loves company, as we beg Abraham to show these wonders to our unsuspecting loved ones, holding to a hope that if they too experience these things, this feeling of insecurity, this fear of losing our sanity, will be defeated with strength by numbers. It is then Father Abraham reminds us that they understand less about the natural world around them than we ourselves do, that they have always been closed-minded. Showing them these things would only add to our confusion and drag what's left of the world to hell with us. He's right. We can't drag unsuspecting people into a damnation they are unprepared for, unaware of, and were never even looking for in order to avoid. The gulf is too deep, Styx too wide for Abraham or Lazarus to cross and refresh our soul with understanding. And though told impossible, we resolve to cross this lake of fire, this river of slime, and claim the nourishment of knowledge our spirits fiend for. True, we have yet to witness from this side of the stream anyone cross over for any reason. But we've heard rumors and have been told legends of those who have occasionally navigated to this place of interest, spoken to these masters of delusion face to face, and exacted answers. The mere thought of encountering even the lowest in the ranks is enough hope to forget our thirst as we submerge ourselves in the unknown depths of the psyche and forge our way across. As we proceed through, repeating the same processes that landed us in such a cursed abode to begin with, we begin to taste the facts that have not yet been etched definitive. More and more we see larger miracles, hear louder voices, and a combination of laughs growling all the more welcoming and all the more sinister. We feel the touch of these unseen tormentors as they caress our skin from their dark abode and run their frosted fingers through the locks of our hair. As we attempt to cross Styx without caring or coin for fare, we unknowingly venture ever so deeper into the rich man's Gehenna, so rich in knowledge already, so privileged to see the miracles that many righteous have prayed to see and have not. Our lust for more causes us to disregard others with this need for knowledge. It compels us to introvert for fear of looking insane to the blind and profane, instead of sharing our experiences responsibly with the hungry, tired, huddled masses. Realizing that the closer we get to this other plane of existence, though we feel them brushing past us, we get further away and will never get close enough to embrace whoever may be behind our feared delusion. Many take their own lives in attempts to make a final leap of faith. This is ill-advised. If we struggle to understand and grasp these things both physically and mentally while alive and seemingly capable, how much more unobtainable must they be when shackled down by the chains of death? Others ignore altogether the magnificent view of the promised land they have been given out of fear of the unfathomable events that have transpired already throughout their journey. In fact, they go a step further and deny the reality of their experience, and in the process delude themselves into believing these phenomenon, these charlatans, to be only drug-induced hallucinations, or the product of a broken mind actually in need of medications. The irony of drugs being both cause and cure is laughable, though not as laughable as the thought of mind being both facilitator and observer. Drugs may be powerful, minds may be weak, but what we experience is not in our heads. It is tangible, physical, with real-world repercussions, flesh and bone residuals noticeable to individuals otherwise unrelated to the circumstance. Those with ears to hear, listen. Those with eyes to see, look and consider. There may be a day when we take notice of one traveling this same road as we, spiritually beaten and psychologically robbed by those ignorant of mercy and greedy for squalor. It is our responsibility not simply to take note and continue on, thankful that it wasn't us, but to lift that one out of the ditch they were left to decay in, and warn them of the method of the charlatans. Bags. Jehovah Allah. Allah Baruch Hashem.